welcome to Online EdVantage. I'm Lisa Farmer and I'm your business professor. Please subscribe to our channel for more videos. Today we're going to discuss different strategies for reaching global markets. So firms can enter global markets on many different levels, and these key strategies are going to range from involving the absolute lowest level of commitment and risk up to the most commitment and risk. So we're going to take a look at these different strategies over a continuum based on the amount of risk involved, the amount of commitment required, the amount of control we have, and also the amount of profit potential in each of these different strategies. So the very first strategy that we're going to talk about is our lowest level of commitment, and it's called licensing. So licensing happens when a firm provides the right to manufacture its product or use our trademark or logo to a foreign company. We're not actually manufacturing anything. We're not actually shipping it anywhere or exporting it. We are just licensing a foreign company to the rights of our design or logo. This can be beneficial to us because we are going to charge a fee, or what we call a royalty, for the use of our design or logo, and we aren't really committed to the market. So we can increase our revenues based on those royalty fees without too strong of a commitment, and we would not have otherwise been able to generate those revenues in those foreign markets. Also, a great advantage of licensing is that it costs us little or no money to become involved in marketing the products. The next strategy that we're going to discuss is exporting. Exporting requires a little bit more commitment because in this case, we are actually going to produce our good or service, and we are going to produce it in one country and sell it abroad in another country. So this can be great because it expands our market opportunities. And in addition to that, oftentimes the more we produce, the less cost per unit to produce. We call that an economy of scale, and we can sometimes achieve those economies of scales as we increase our production level. So again, exporting is we produce our product here and then we sell it abroad. The next strategy for global expansion that we're going to discuss is franchising. We've all heard of franchises. I'm thinking McDonald's, for instance. We know that a franchise is actually a contractual agreement where someone with a good idea or a good process or a good business model sells the right to use that name and that process and sell our product or service in a different area. So this can be really helpful because we can expand into global markets. However, we have to be really careful because sometimes products or slogans, logos, they don't really translate in a foreign market. So a great example of this would be that the parent company of KFC, Taco Bell, Pizza Hut learned basically that food preferences are different around the world. So for example, in Israel, McDonald's offers a kosher line of food. That's really important for franchising, that we realize the different market components in different regions. Next, let's look at what we call contract manufacturing. This is a little bit kind of like almost the reverse of licensing, because in contract manufacturing, a foreign company produces the private label good, and then a domestic company attaches its brand or trademark to the good. So it's kind of like a form of outsourcing. We are still going to produce our product, but we are going to let another entity within that global market put their name on it, probably because they have more name recognition in that market than we do. It can also be used for a company to kind of experiment in a new market without really incurring heavy startup costs, such as building a whole new plant, which is going to be a stronger level of commitment and that kind of thing. Also, another advantage of contract manufacturing is that it can allow us to temporarily meet unexpected increases in orders until we are able to expand our production capacity. Another strategy for reaching global markets that we can take a look at is what we call a joint venture. Think of a joint venture as a partnership. Two companies join to undertake this project. However, I want to point out that they're still separate entities. So some of the benefits of forming a joint venture in order to expand into a global market is that we can share technologies with this partner. We can also share some of the risk with this partner as well, as we share the marketing, the management, all those different areas of expertise can be shared. So that can be beneficial when we enter into foreign markets. However, we have to realize that oftentimes we're not allowed to enter into a market as a foreign entity unless a certain amount of that product is produced locally, and that's another situation where a joint venture might make the most sense. Okay, let's take a look next at what we call strategic alliances. Strategic alliances are long-term partnerships, again, between two or more companies that we establish to help each other build competitive market advantages. Now, the key here is that we are still two separate entities. We don't necessarily share costs, we don't necessarily share risks, we don't necessarily share management or profits, whereas in that joint venture, we do share those components. So strategic alliances provide access to different markets, additional capital, and technical expertise without basically commingling our profits and our risk. The most committed form or strategy for entering into a foreign market is going to be what we call foreign direct investment. Foreign direct investment takes place when we actually buy permanent property, businesses, plants, and that kind of thing in a foreign nation. So a great example of foreign direct investment is Tesla opening a gigafactory in China. So oftentimes foreign direct investment can take place as a foreign subsidiary. And that's one of the situations I just described to you. A company in a foreign country might be owned by another company called the parent company. And that's the most common form of foreign direct investment that we're going to see. The primary advantage to foreign direct investment is that we are able to maintain complete control over our technology and our expertise. Let's go back to that Tesla factory in China. Tesla does not want to relinquish control of their secret expertise and technology, that kind of thing. The primary disadvantage of foreign direct investment, however, it is a large capital commitment, and we've committed a lot of technology and funds within foreign countries, which relinquishes some of our control as well. I hope this video has helped you. Thanks for watching. Please click on the EdVantage logo to subscribe to our channel.